Hello, I am Dakota Woodall. I am the head girls basketball coach here at Fredonia. This will be my second year as the head coach.
And I'm Vanessa Compton. This will be my 14th year coaching as well. All right, prior to practicing, parents, we need you to watch the parent video and fill out the form online. Forms can be found on the school website under the list of coaching videos. Each student athlete will need a current physical on file with the school, and physicals must be dated after May 1st of 2024. Student athletes also need to view the concussion video. This can be found on our school website or the NFHS website. Also, when after you complete it, you need to take a picture for confirmation, and then you can email to Coach Woodall or Mr. Houghton.
Here are some important dates that we have for our season. Some of these have already taken place. We had some optional conditioning that to get ready for the season. We had our team meeting at school, and we have picture buttons on the 12th. In our media day, we'll hand out uniforms right before then, and then we will have a team dinner following our first week of practice. The practice dates and times for our first week are listed on the side of the screen, and then on Saturday the 23rd, we will also have a shooting practice that morning. I will be giving out a calendar to all the girls on the first day of practice for the entire season. Please just keep in mind that those dates are tentative and things come up and they could change. A few rules we have as a team is to, number one, be respectful. Be respectful of the equipment that you're given and that you use, and be respectful to other teams, your teammates, your coaches, and the other teams that we play and officials. I don't know if you know, but there's an officiating or an official shortage in the state of Kansas, so that could affect some of our games. Hopefully not. As of right now, it's not, but it did in the fall, so just be aware that that could happen. I expect and we expect the students to keep their grades up. If they are ineligible and cannot play, then that affects our whole team. JV teams, like we want to have as many JV games as possible, but if we have multiple girls that are ineligible, then we don't have the numbers to play. Every student is limited a number of quarters they can play per night, so it's very important that we have all of the members of our team eligible and ready to play and practice and all of those things. If they're having trouble with their schoolwork, obviously I want them to communicate with that with us, and we'll try to work with them and give them that extra study time that they need. Any injury that happens inside of practice or outside of practice, please have your athletes communicate that with us. We need to document that and make sure that everyone's made aware of what's going on so that we can keep them as safe as possible. And then I have a 24-hour rule. If there's ever any issues or anything you want to talk about, please email me and we can set up a meeting to do that as well. Punctuality and attendance. It's very important that our athletes are at practice. It affects the entire team if they're not. I understand things come up. Our kids are involved in a lot of things, which I think is really great. I know sickness happens, especially in the winter. It's sick season. And so when that happens, I just really want our athletes to communicate with us and let us know. All practices need to be made up. It's important that our kids are in shape so we can play basketball. So please understand that if they miss because they're sick or because they're on another school event, it's not a punishment, but we do dice rolls on our team. And it's just like a random, whatever number they get, it's some sort of conditioning and shooting. Now, each dice roll should be able to be made up within 20 minutes after practice. It's just to make up for what their teammates did at practice that day. If you miss school for being sick or something, you're going to have to make up that work and that homework. And that's kind of the same thing here. They're going to make up for what they miss. It's not necessarily a punishment. It's just to keep them in shape and keep them on track with what everyone else is doing as well. That's everything there. Dress code's pretty simple. Every athlete will be given a reversible practice jersey, an undershirt, and a pair of shorts that we expect them to wear at practice every single day. It's their responsibility to wash these. For game days, we will either dress up for home games, and when we travel, we will wear jeans and some sort of Fredonia shirt. Uniforms we'll hand out, and then we will take care of laundering those. Expectations. Again, I expect everyone to be at practice. I expect them to be on time. If anything does come up, I know that things happen. Please have your athletes communicate. I think it's really important that we teach the students that they need to be the ones to communicate. Now, parents, you can reach out whenever you need to. That's okay too. But I really want them to get into the habit of advocating for themselves and speaking up in those things. Send me a message on Remind if they're running late or if anything comes up that they need to do, or they can send me an email. I do expect the athletes to communicate with me anytime they're going to miss practice. Like if they are going to be gone for FFA and not be at school, I expect them to email me. Neither of us work at the high school building, so we don't always know when students are gone. If it's a game day and they're sick, it's very important that they let us know as soon as possible because that could affect our numbers for the game and whether we can have a JV game or not. And so it's just really important that they communicate with us as soon as possible so that we can do what we need to do. If we're planning practices around our athletes, I want to make sure we know who's going to be there and who's not. I don't want it to be a surprise when we show up and somebody's gone. So please, please encourage them to reach out to us. There's no such thing as overly communicating. I would rather you communicate too much than not enough. So please have them reach out anytime they're going to miss something. Again, with practices, I know I said everything, they'll be making up practices. I know there are special situations. We have a couple Sunday practices due to tournaments, and I know there's church and we have family things. Over the holidays, I know a lot of you go on vacation and those things are totally understandable. Again, have your athlete communicate. There's not always, every situation is unique, so we will work around those things. It's just all comes down to communication and making sure that everyone involved is aware. I want basketball to be fun. I think it's important that as parents and as coaches and as leaders to these young people that we are positive for them. We are a positive role model and we speak positively around them. I would really appreciate parents if they're encouraging and you're good sports at sporting events and you speak positively about, the school and the teams and all of those things, because I think that reflects and affects your child. If you're being negative, then they're going to come and be negative as well. So I want us to work together and be positive as much as possible. I think that's all I have for you. I'm really excited about this year. We had, I think, 19 at our meeting, so I'm really hoping everybody comes out and sticks with it and we have a good time. We're going to push them. We're going to push them hard and we want everybody to learn something every day, but it's going to be a good time. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.